outside, my big helper, getting my hair did on this snowy day. Yay! I wanted to take advantage of the moment of quiet that we have right now to do an upgrade for my people doing 3 days at the fair. There are 2 small modifications I want you to go ahead and incorporate immediately. Not because I think we're behind, but I was, from the videos that some of you posted, thank you to those of you who did. I think you are, I wanted a little bit extra time with Crunch Squish to get you right where I wanted you to be. And I'm assuming that everyone is doing Crunch Squish appropriately. And based on what I saw, I think you're going to be good now to kick it up a notch. And once we've kicked that up a notch, I want to reintroduce arm and pec stuff for the reason that you're going to be out there swinging your arms for a really long time. And that, believe it or not, is that's hardest on your deltoids. This little muscle right here on the outside of your shoulder. And I can tell you, as someone that has not been running a whole lot in the past year due to, you know, really terrible luck and the most difficult pregnancy ever, now that has been one of the biggest points of adjustment when I go running. It's that my shoulders, even though I've been rehabbing them, are pretty weak. And this whole motion gets to me after a while, and I feel it all the way down my arm. So the other, if I can incentivize you to take the exercises I'm about to show you just a touch more seriously, it's that you're going to look really great in a tank top. If you don't already, you're going to look even better come summer if you do what I tell you to do. Thank you, helpful helper.
Yep.
Can I take my shirt off and demonstrate a move?
Yeah.
Thank you. Can you also hand me those blue weights over there? They look like the letter B. Yep.
They're heavy.
Yes, they are. Here, you can be very careful. Don't drop them on your toes. That would hurt a lot and would be unnecessary.
Can I do the trick with you?
If you want to, yes. Okay, so when it comes to Crunch Squish, remember what we've been trying to do is work on the coordination between the lats and the obliques. We've been doing all of these crunching type of moves. The upgrade now is we're getting rid of the ball. Okay, if that's too hard on your lower back, try to focus on keeping your back straight and then curling down and then curling back up.
Ow.
Trying that a couple of times might be enough to get you where you want to go. Okay? If that still hurts, let me know immediately, because what we've been doing with all the high knees, it's been a lot of impact in that area. And if this move sets it off, I will figure something else out. No need to push it. Okay. So you're going to perform Crunch Squish the same way you had been, only without the ball now. In the moves where it's behind your back. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back to the kettlebells. So the kettlebells, you go ahead and grab the lightest pair that you have. A lot of you got a set that were 3 or 5 pounds, and that's appropriate. Can I ask you to get right over here?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to roll downwards. Those are really heavy weights. Do you want to trade for the lighter weight?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Good choice. Okay, with this one, keep your knees up. Start with your arms down. So this is in the vein of a Turkish get-up, but we're not specifically doing Turkish get-ups. People get too excited with those. So arms straight up. Deep breath. Press the small of your back into the ground. And slowly roll up. Don't let your feet come off the ground. Keep your knees pressing into each other the whole time. Back down slowly. Inhale, exhale. Press the small of your back into the ground. Come back up. And yes, that farting noise, where that means I'm doing it correctly. It's a good thing. It's the one time a farting noise is a positive, happy sound. Yay!
I'm just going to scoot in a little more. So they can see my face and not just my arms.
It's a good idea. Once this gets easy with your arms out, we bring our arms in. Inhale, exhale. Ooh. See, I'm not even there yet. strong and amazing. I love you. So don't go crazy with the weights. Heavier is not better. These exist for two reasons. Number one, this counterweight actually makes it a little bit easier to propel your body forward. Two, with a heavier weight, you're less likely to think. So most of these full body moves I ask you to do, the intention is to keep you distracted. Focus where I tell you to focus, and the other things will naturally fall into place. What happens when I assign crunches is people get really excited to count them. I'm going to do more than I did yesterday. And I would rather you focused on doing them correcter than you did yesterday. There's just no good metric yet to track it. Is Daddy still here?
Yeah.
Can you go open the door? I think it might be Miss Courtney.
Miss Courtney?
Yes, please. Please let me just finish this stream. Please just go with it. Thank you. Okay. So that's the second move. And this, again, do these gentle down. That exhale.
It's a package.
Press the small of your back into the ground. It's a package. Yes, I heard you. Thank you. It's okay. Press the small of your back into the ground. Ugh. Come back up. Again, feet, heels don't leave the ground, toes don't leave the ground, knees are pressed together. If you choose, and if you, oh, it's Instacart. Hi, yeah, just, yay, thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay, we got exercise! We got groceries! We got groceries!
I'm glad you're so excited. We haven't had bread for 2 days and no way to go get it, so it's a big deal having groceries now. Yay. Okay, so, yay. So if the knees together thing is tough to do, you can take the squish ball and put that between your knees and focus on it, but it makes this whole move a whole lot harder.
Is it my turn?
Not just yet. When I finish the stream, it's going to be your turn. So the more you guys interrupt me, the longer this is going to take, and the longer it'll be till it's your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it my turn?
Okay, so, whew, here.
I don't have a ball, so I'm just gonna pretend like I have a ball.
Going to be doing that for a minute, okay? So this is a little bit easier. This is a little bit harder. Arms straight is a little bit easier. Arms bent and trying to keep your elbows tucked in. That is way, 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 way harder. Don't be too eager to get to the harder thing faster. Work on corrector. The reason that I like this move so much, you make it look really easy.
I do.
Yeah, it's strong. The reason I like this move so much is again, it's all of that coordination happening at the same time, and it's that good form. When you exhale, you're going to be locking the back, loading the front, and unloading your spine as you roll up. So there are some benefits on the back side as well as on the front side. Please let me finish. Please let me finish. I've already forgotten what I'm talking about twice, and I love you helping me, but this has been a very long day. Okay. Sit up here and be quiet. Sit over here and be quiet. Okay. I'll let you say something then, but you've got to let me finish. Okay. So then the next thing we're going to be doing, introducing more arm stuff, is we're going to go back to what I call the arm series. I put this out a long time ago. Anything more than 5 pounds really doesn't add benefit to this because we're targeting this part of your shoulder. Your runs are about to get ridiculously long. I mean, you're going to be upping the ante in a considerable way in the long run sandwich in the weeks that are coming. So I want you to go ahead and start this now. This series, don't focus on the timing of it too much. It usually takes me about 3 minutes to complete, but I have to stop and start a lot because of my shoulder on my left side. Anything more, don't go crazy with heavy, because this goes back to what I said in my stream the other day. If I were to put a glass of water in your hand and say, is this heavy? You'd be like, no. But the answer on question, the question really should be, how long do I have to hold it? Kind of like a pace. 9-minute miles might not sound terrible at all, unless I ask you to hold it for 3.5 hours. That's a really long time. So don't go crazy being like, 5 pounds, that's fine, I can do that. That's the wrong way to look at it. I would rather you default to the 3. And if you finish and don't feel sore and truly don't feel challenged, then we move up. But I'd rather you take the 3-pound weight and go really, really slowly and fight gravity every step of the way than get a little too ambitious and work really quickly and kind of use momentum to fly through it with the 5-pound weight. So I'm going to do this on my knees only because like I'm afraid if I get up and I'm going to lose pole position in the room. So it's going to be 10 sets of each, 10 sets straight out, and you don't lift your arms any higher than your shoulders. You're better off watching this in a mirror. Watch your thumb. Make sure that your pinky finger and your ring finger, that all four of that those fingers are pressing in as well. A lot of people do this, and that's going to stress your forearm out a lot, and we don't want that. That is less likely to happen if you think about trying to touch your ring finger and your pinky finger to the palm of your hand. Okay, so with that proper grab, lift, lower. Think about locking your cage, loading the front with every single exhale, and mind your breathing while you do it. So we're going to do 10 lifted to the side. Roll your shoulders back, take a break if you need to. 10 slow lifts to the front. Same rule, hands do not go above your shoulders. Try to keep your arms, you want to keep your elbows straight. I'm purposely not locking mine out because I'm hypermobile and it's a really bad idea for me. But most of you are going to want to think about locking your elbows. We're coming pretty close to it. Okay, so repeat, 10 to the side, 10 to the front. Once you finish there, straight out to the side and back. Okay, that 10 times from here. Elbows don't come below the shoulder line. We know you're in love with Miss Marcy. You're in this from us. And then you're going to come over. Really lock. Deadlifts. Now these will feel ridiculously easy for deadlifts because I know you ladies have been lifting heavier, but that's not the point. We're challenging this muscle and we're challenging your entire tricep to work. 10 deadlifts, 10 tricep extensions. Again, I would rather you move slowly, no momentum, no pop in the elbows. We don't want to see any of that. Now this one I find to be the trickiest, to be perfectly honest, because we're doing it at the end when you're tired. And this is a move for the rhomboids back in between your shoulder blades. Sorry, make sure I remember for this. A fly.
It's a fly?
This move is called a fly. You do not want this going into your neck. You do not want it going into your traps. You want to feel like you're squeezing your shoulder blades together. And that's the force that's bringing your arm together. And by the time you get there, you'll see why I asked you to stay with the lower weight. This starts off pretty easy. It gets progressively harder because we're not really resting in between. Just counting 10, 10, and you're getting a lot of cumulative fatigue in this specific part of your shoulder. And that, we're going to get ahead of that and build some strength there before the runs get ridiculously long. And when those shoulders start to ache, that's the beginning of the process that has people melting like candles and curling inward like that in endurance events. And we don't want that to happen. We want your back strong, we want your sides strong. And these are muscles that are easy to ignore because they're not big and they don't do much. Unless you're running, in which case they do everything. So there's that. To recap, we're going to add in the arm series. I know. But hey, y'all wanted to do this. You can take it or leave it. I recommend you add it in at least 3 days a week, whenever it works. I'm indifferent if you do it before the run, after the run, during the run. Well, during the run is going to be challenging. But you know what I mean? I don't care if you do it before bed. I don't care if you do it while your kids are brushing your teeth and you're like, y'all ain't finished until mommy's finished with the exercises. We might have to try that tonight. It's more fun than singing the alphabet song, right?
And even if you can't do the move, you just have to keep trying until you get it right.
That's right, because what matters is getting it right, not doing more than you did yesterday. We always aim for corrector. We aim for more better, not more reps or bigger numbers. Doing more than 10 of each isn't going to do much because, again, we're targeting little bitty muscles. And once they fatigue, this goes right into your traps and your neck. And we don't want any of that. We want to make sure that we're not wearing your shoulders for earrings at any point. You're continually resetting and restarting at the beginning of each move and keeping your shoulders as far away from your ears as possible. And the best way to do this is to watch in the mirror. This happens and you don't feel it when you're tired. And again, that's going to work muscles that we don't want to work. So if there are questions, now's a great time to jump out with them. I promise I will get this one up. I know I forgot to do Crunch Squish. Rather, I did it and I forgot to post it because things got busy a couple weeks ago with the day off from school that I forgot was happening, and then the 2 days off for the snow day this week has been amazeballs. So I will get this up. The good days for it, I really don't care. If you decide to sandwich all 3 together and be done with it for the week, that's fine. If I were you, and I would find the time to do this Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, because you're going to be real tired on Saturday, Sunday. And beyond that, adding that 1 minute of sitting up to the Crunch Squish, remembering that we're not changing anything else about Crunch Squish other than taking the ball away. I know that's a lot. I know I completely confused Susan. I will try to recap all of this in a note to you guys to try to make it really, really, really clear. But you guys know exactly why I'm trying to avoid written work, and I apologize for the confusion that has resulted from that. But clearly, this is not tricky at all. Yay!
Not tricky for me.
Just don't get into the habit of doing these too quickly. It's a pet peeve of mine. I see people at the gym, all they're doing is messing up their SI joint and tearing up their lower back. But if this does hurt at all for any reason, do let me know. Just make sure, again, while you're thinking about sort of curling. In this move, you're thinking really about curling your spine back to the floor. Funny sounds, and then really pulling yourself forward. Okay. Yay! That's it for now. I'm sure I will find other things to say later when I have room to think. I can finish complete sentences. God knows when that'll be, but I'm really hoping it happens at some point tonight. Yay! Snow day number 2. Y'all better go back to school tomorrow.
This is weird. When I don't have the weights, it's harder for me to do it. And when I do have the weights, it's not that hard for me to do it. It's so weird.
Well, that's not weird. That actually makes sense. It's physics, right? This is a counterweight.
I can't put my whole head up, though. That's why it's so...
Here, let's try this now.
Okay.
Put this in each hand. Now try it again. Okay, try it again. So this is a counterweight. Yep. That's why this is easier, because your arms and your lats are working in concert with. Do you know what these muscles are? Your side muscles are called the obliques.
Okay.
And when they work together, it's a beautiful thing. They don't work together after you have a baby. We have to train them to talk to each other again, kind of like getting Shiloh and RJ to talk to each other. It's a process.
Oh, wait, there are some questions.
Keep your arms straight. You want to come all the way up. I just am so good. Oh, there was no ball. Yeah, sorry. No ball, you're right. Sorry, Susan. Yep, exactly.
Now, can I try the ball?
Okay. But that's easier because it's a counterweight. That's why when you try putting these up to your shoulder. Now, go down, put this here, and now try to sit up that way. It's really hard, right?
I know.
Kind of, yeah.
So
That's because you don't have the counterweight in your arms to help pull you forward. You're having to do this all with your abs when you don't have that in your arms.
That hurt.
And you're going to be able to do that move that she couldn't do just then, the one that I failed at. You're going to be able to do that by the time we get to 3 days at the fair. What we're working up to. But for now, yay, no planks. Your coach sure loved, and I haven't put burpees in. You're welcome.
Yay.
Your coach sure loved your winning at life, especially if you're not having a snow day like we are. I also missed the first part. No, yeah, go back and watch. It's a new move I'm adding into the Crunch Squish series I introduced 3 weeks ago. We are up in the ante, adding a move, and then adding in a very immersively short arm series. Kay Walton's gonna hate me, but that's happening. Sorry. We need to bring some arm stuff back in. And the good thing about this is, like, you can, if you have a set of weights or something you can hold on to, you can do this arm series absolutely anywhere, absolutely anytime. It does take about 3 minutes start to finish. It takes about 3 minutes start to finish. And we only need to do about 4 days a week. You may do more, up to 6, and that's totally fine. No burpees. Yeah, they never get. Burpees are terrible, and no, you don't have to do them now because I love you.
know what burpees
Yay!
are.
All right, that's it. Love you guys.
I
Bye.
know what burpees
I know
are.
you do, Cheyenne.
It's my favorite exercise.
Right.